A lot of you are real estate agents, brokers, teams listening to this right now. It's our job. It's our responsibility as the pros in our market to educate the market. This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 148 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
Word is up. All right, we've got a couple of things. First, if you are YouTubing this and you are on the One in Company page, make sure you go over and subscribe to, and it's not a page, it's a channel. Go over and subscribe. I said page like 5 times last time. It's a channel. Oh. Go over to The Real Word.
Wait, do you rewatch? You rewatch, or you just realize?
I did last time. I never do. I did a little rewatching.
Why? What made you decide to rewatch it? I don't ever listen to myself. I forgot to say the episode number, but Sam would have stopped me. Anyways, go over, subscribe to The Real Word channel, new YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. By the end of the year, we are no longer going to be posting on the One in Company channel for The Real Word. So it's going to be living on its own. Make sure you go and do that. Racket number 1. This is not Inman, Nicole. This is Mansion Global. Mansion Global article, which Mansion Global, many of you are very familiar with, especially those that are marketing in the high end. We have 66 High Street, our new development here on Mansion Global. It's a Wall Street Journal independent branch or site through Barron's. Okay. Anyways, they had an article that we got a text as recently as this morning.
It
was what time? Maybe 5 a.m.
I've seen it all over locally.
4 a.m.
Social media.
Not that it matters.
Because it talked about a very local market as well as other markets throughout the country, but it did talk about a local market here in Connecticut. I have had numerous texts, people saying, wow, didn't know. Headline is an end of the summer frenzy for the U.S. housing market. Absolutely true. We've been talking about that. Of course. Market's been great.
Yep.
The volume, speed, and price of home sales all set records in September, Redfin says. So basically, whoever wrote this article, Fang basically took information from Redfin, stopped there, didn't go deep, probably had a deadline from somebody at Wall Street Journal, Mansion Global, slapped this thing up, and there are a lot of inaccuracies. We're going to go through those right now. Sorry, Fang, but this is what we do here, all right?
He's being nice to Fang right now.
This is the real word.
He was not being nice to Fang before this started.
This is not the fake word. This is the real word, okay? So, listen, no offense to Fang, but Fang probably, maybe a Harvard or Yale grad, probably somebody very smart, writing articles for the Mansion Global, probably not a real estate expert, okay? Fang, if you are, love to have you on. We could debate that. Moving on. This is where we got text messages. This is where we've seen a lot of information locally, okay? Bridgeport, Connecticut, right down the road. We've done plenty of deals in Bridgeport this year as a team, all right? Bridgeport, Connecticut led the U.S. with the largest increases in sales and median price. The Metro's median sale price increased 33.1% year over year to $499,000, with 1,811 homes sold, an 80.2 increase year over year. So I'm getting these text messages. We're in some of these text messages together.
Yep.
We're seeing it online. I'm like, whoa. I know all of our markets are going great. We're going over the numbers all the time. We're actually doing shows on our One in Company team page here locally. We're talking about this stuff. Did not realize that there were 1,800 homes in Bridgeport. There's usually about 1,000 sales or under, maybe about 800 a year in any given year in Bridgeport. I'm like, this just seems crazy. So as a real estate licensed agent and a professional in my area, what did I do? I went on the MLS, the multiple listing service. Here we go. I go on the MLS and I look and I go to Bridgeport. Because that's what they said in the article, Bridgeport.
Right.
I go Bridgeport. I go closings. I go year to date, January 1 to today, which happens to be November 20th. This article is not on November 20th, so it's even a little bit older. Total closings, year to date, 882. They have 1,811. So then I see the price point, $499,000. I know that's not, I just intuitively know that's not Bridgeport's median price point.
Right.
Nothing against Bridgeport. Bridgeport's done great this year, by the way. I'll share that with you right now. Bridgeport is actually up 35.4% for single family homes, 35.4%. fantastic number.
Fabulous number.
Okay, but their median price point's $267,450. So when you're local and you see a national report, Wall Street Journal, reputable publication, Mansion Global branch of Wall Street Journal, or any of these, you can clump them all together, all these big, huge news outlets that have they want to do a real estate article and they touch on the top 10 cities. We saw that one.
I think it was top 5.
They pulled that from this.
Yeah, Bridgeport was top 5,
They pulled that from this data.
Right.
With that other article. There was another article now that people are writing off of this Mansion Global. And so people here locally are like, wow, yay, go Bridgeport. But they're headline reading and they're really, if you read the article, not getting any data of what the heck they're talking about.
Right.
And that can be really misleading. That can start to, lead a Bridgeport homeowner to believe our median price point is $499,000.
Or maybe a Bridgeport homeowner is just pissed off at their agent now because they're like, what the hell?
I have a median home here and you sold it for $300,000,
right?
not $500,000. What the heck is going on? So when you do read the article, it's very clear that they got all their data from Redfin. Hello, Mansion Global, Wall Street Journal. If you're just going to get your data only from Redfin, the consumer can just download the Redfin app and do this themselves, okay?
Right.
I know you're curating information, but maybe use a couple sources. Maybe actually call a local, reputable real estate professional who has access to the MLS, who knows what the heck is going on in their market. That just is a pro tip for you and for any other news publication. They go in here and they lead off by saying, across the 87 largest metro areas Redfin tracks, there were 620,000 homes sold, increasing 17%, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm going to assume and defend Wall Street Journal and Mansion Global on is that when they're talking metro area, they're talking about, and the 1,800 homes would speak to that. We're missing 1,000 homes.
We are missing 1,000 homes.
Right? I guess that would speak to the towns surrounding Bridgeport. If you look up on, and I did that this morning, if you look up Bridgeport, if you just Google Bridgeport metro area, does that mean something different than...
It doesn't give you anything.
In this article, it doesn't say
nothing. You're not chewing on anything. I mean, it's telling you what is around them. But again, Stamford is so much larger than Bridgeport.
Stamford is not. That's not what this is saying. If you go to Wikipedia, it says Greater Bridgeport.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Metro Bridgeport, but that whatever. I think Greater Bridgeport, maybe Metro in Redfin's definition is the same thing. Maybe not. But you go in there and you see 5 surrounding towns from Bridgeport as Greater Bridgeport per Wikipedia. They have Easton, Fairfield, Monroe, Stratford, Trumbull. So I went on the MLS and I took those 5 towns.
That would be more than 1,800.
Oh, wildly more. Yeah. To use your word, wildly. That's your word, wildly.
Whatever you need to do.
All right, stole it there for you.
That's good.
So 5 towns, it was like 4,000 sales.
Oh, I'm certain of it because Fairfield's a decent sized town.
Right. So I don't know now what Mansion Global you guys are talking about, because you're not talking about Greater Bridgeport.
Well, for $499 you'd have to almost bring Fairfield in on it.
It's got to be just Bridgeport Fairfield. So say that in the article.
Right.
Say it's Bridgeport and Fairfield.
Or at least define what those areas are. What are they? What does Metro mean to you? Because I was Googling Metro too, because it could just mean a simple city. But
I'll tell you, it doesn't mean anything to Mansion Global because they just ripped off Redfin data.
Right.
This is a lazy article.
It's a hard one.
This is a lazy article from, no offense, just some kid that they hired that had a deadline. Not their fault, not Fang's fault, or whoever helped Fang. It's a lazy approach to supplying real estate data.
They're doing the line. They're doing a headline.
Yeah.
I mean, it got people's attention. Because the person that we got it from is highly successful in real estate, and then the person that he got it from is another person that's very much involved. These aren't just people. These are like, it's not my mom sending me this being like, "Ooh, look, Bridgeport, you were born there." It wasn't my mom. It was like 2 people. It was a chain of people that are very much involved in the real estate market that are then sending it to us. And again, I don't know that he was questioning it, or was he excited about it?
No. It had nothing to do with excited or questioning. It was just more like sharing the information. And so, and this is the problem. And so here's the punchline. A lot of you are real estate agents, brokers, teams listening to this right now. It's our job. It's our responsibility as the pros in our market to educate the market. You should be doing a weekly market update show. You should be putting out monthly or weekly market update stats in the forms of blogs and newsletters. And when you see something like this, you should be talking about it in your local market. We're certainly going to write a side-by-side blog and give people the true facts so they're not misled, so that you're not, walking into a listing appointment and your local community is thinking Mansion Global knows what they're talking about and not you,
right,
the expert in your market.
Right.
You have the data. You also have the feel for the market, which is even probably better sometimes,
right,
at times with
right,
data, because it's like now in the moment.
Yeah.
But it's our responsibility to make sure when you see something like this, we don't just run with it either and be like, oh, our market's so great. Like, explain it.
Well, I think more now than ever too, and even if it's not in regards to this article, obviously regardless of where you are, it's wildly important because obviously this information is making headlines.
You went with it wildly.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
You use it all the time,
and
I found myself using it now because it's wearing off on me, and I don't like it.
You
when
don't
I say
like it wildly?
No.
Why?
No, because you say it all the time. I don't want to say it.
Oh, so you just can't because it's mine.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think it's obviously really important because there are going to be these headlines where you're going to be going into listing appointments. And to be quite honest, it doesn't even matter if you're going into a listing appointment because I bet you 9 times out of 10 when you're at the grocery store, someone is asking you how the real estate market is. So I think regardless of where you are, what you're doing, whether there's articles, whether you're person or whomever, your mom is reading the articles, it's important to just know the information, know what's happening, know what your price points are, medians, ups, downs. Obviously, it's great information right now. We can say how lovely the market is, but I think knowing the numbers, we always say that. You gotta know your numbers.
Gotta know your numbers.
This is, and again, this is just more proof that it's important.
Listen, they had the metro median sale price increase 33.1% to $499. But we know with their 1,811 homes, they're including other towns, obviously, to get there. Bridgeport specifically outperformed that. Bridgeport's at 35.4%.
But what they're saying is year over year. So they're looking at what Redfin said Bridgeport was last year to what Bridgeport is this year.
Bridgeport Metro.
Yes,
so,
Metro, right. Yes.
So really, it really comes down to getting your information. Real estate's a local market, a local business. Get your information locally, source it from the expert in your specific town, because actually Bridgeport 35+% year over year is
they are doing
a
well.
little bit better.
We're not disputing that.
No, Bridgeport's doing fantastic. I'm super happy for Bridgeport. I want to see Bridgeport continue to go up, and it's done great. But it is misleading to think that when it says here, Bridgeport, Connecticut led the U.S. and is at a 499,000 with 1,811 homes sold. You're only off by 1,000 homes. No big deal.
And almost $200,000 in median price.
No, almost, 250. You're almost off on your median price by 100%. That's pretty inaccurate. Okay, moving on. So that's a huge racket. Probably one of the biggest rackets we found in a long time.
If anything, it allowed us to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at you. You were texting away this morning at 6 a.m.
Racket number 2. 10 simple upgrades that can transform an outdated home. This is Nicole White's. What is that? That's your arena.
My arena?
That's your arena.
Wildly.
All right. So we're going to go through these. That's wildly your arena. That's very right. All right. So I'll go through the 10 and you tell me if they're a racket or not. All right. Declutter and clean.
Obviously.
Obvious. All right. Most people have too much stuff. Okay. Number 2, amp up the house numbers. So they're talking about the numbers on the house.
On your home. I think it's brilliant. I think it's wildly important.
We should have a little wildly tracker on these.
Right? We should bing 1, 2, 3. That's so funny. Yes, I love the number idea. I actually just recently got my children involved in picking out numbers for our house. Where do you want to put them? Where should we relocate them?
Now, when you say amp up, are they bigger? Are they prettier?
They're a different style. So the ones that were there, again, I bought the home that my family lived in. So
it's an old home.
So it is old. Yep. So, but they are numbers that my mom picked. Not a huge fan, but I will have to say that numbers have come a long way since just putting a sticker on there for it's no longer about the mailman knowing where your mail needs to go. It's about it goes into the other ones we talk about, your first impression. I think that was number 3. I think it's very much a part of your exterior.
Now this would be important if you're selling the home, but is it important just if you're
in general?
Just in general?
Of course. Yeah, I love it. I mean, because you can have really fun numbers, and it's really inexpensive to get new numbers. Okay. So if you're looking for a new way to, paint your front door and then put on new numbers, I mean, I think it's easy.
Amp up those house numbers, folks.
I would. Well, you also need them too. I mean, if you're getting like a CO and stuff, like you need numbers.
Maybe I should convince my community to do that. Our numbers are really awful.
What are they like? Are they brass? Are they like a bright brass?
They're very ugly.
Ooh, that would be a fun one to do. Yeah, do that. Get on the board of that. There's probably some subcommittee for exterior numbers.
Oh, these board meetings are
I can't even imagine.
Wildly aggravating. All right, number 3. Make a great first impression.
I think these go hand in hand, yes. It's talking about
curb appeal.
Yes, yeah.
Upgrade the lighting.
Love it. I love lighting. I actually have 5 lights sitting in my house right now, waiting for somebody to just show up and swap them out for me.
You should be following my friend Lindsay. Lindsay and DJ DeSella have a great team down in the northeastern corner of Florida, and they're actually renovating a house right now.
For themselves?
For themselves. Nope, for themselves. They're building, not renovating, I'm sorry, they're building.
Okay.
And
she's putting it on her business, but yes, see?
I'll actually screenshot these from Lindsay, and you can see what lights she's...
I mean, I would never use that, but it's great.
I like that one.
I don't. Whoa, but look at that space. Look at it lit. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All right, so...
Lighting, I love lighting.
I mean, you're always...
Well, yeah, I mean, my blog last week was about just looking up. I mean, I think it's so important about being able to look up. I think that you can get some lighting very inexpensively. I have to tell you, I mean, I'm not here to promote big boxes, but Lowe's has stepped up their lighting game.
Didn't know.
Yep. Check it out.
And we get Lowe's to sponsor the show.
Maybe.
All right. We've never had a sponsor. We never asked for one either.
You and I are Serena and Lily fans. We have our battling lights going on in our house.
I have a Serena and Lily light current. No, I don't. Do I?
Maybe I don't. You don't. But we're our honeycomb
I have one coming. I have one coming.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll link up your blog. This happens to be an Inman article. That'll be linked up, of course, as well. Number 5, install new outlet covers and switch plates. Yeah, I hate the ones that are like yellowy looking because they're just so old. Yeah, that is annoying. Nix dated window and wall treatments. That can make a huge difference. Even without painting, you take out old. I mean, you should paint, obviously. Get that, but yeah. Think mirrors. You've always been big on mirrors. My God,
I'm a huge mirror fan. It makes your spaces look so much bigger. I think every room in my house has at least one. And I mean at least.
At least. Wow.
I think I sometimes have 2. My dining room has 2. But no, I believe in mirrors. I think they make spaces look larger. And especially if they're across from windows, it can make your rooms look brighter.
Update the hardware is number 8.
What are they talking about? Knobs, like doorknobs or kitchen knobs? All of it? All your hardware?
Door hinges, knobs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Door hinges. What a pain in the butt that is to change out.
Well, that's why you hire people.
Yeah. Okay. Refresh the backsplash.
It's easy way.
I mean, there are some, like, I guess it was early 2000s, some really ugly backsplashes that went in.
There's some really bad ones.
Yeah.
But do me a favor though, and don't do, I call it like the flippers, like tramp stamp, where they do like the different strip. Yeah. Don't ever do that. No. Don't ever do that.
Replace dated or mismatched appliances. Definitely a mismatched appliance is like
for sure.
Yeah.
I think that appliances, I feel like, are one of the first things that most buyers change though anyway, don't you think? Everyone is into like the stainless and like
I like those graphite stainless that don't smudge.
Yeah, those are fun
ones.
I
like those.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I like the new though cafe line. They're like white with like the gold. Oh my
White's
God.
coming back, yeah. So on the appliances a little bit.
So yummy.
Yeah. Yep. So that's Nicole Solari. Wrote that from the Solari Group in Napa Counties in Northern California.
Oh, it was a good one. Good job, Nicole. Must be in the name.
She has a brokerage. There must be. Yeah, these are Nicoles. They know what they're doing. All right, so all 10 were not a racket. Is that what we're going with?
No, I think they're beautiful. I think they're easy. I think they're cheap. I think they're wildly inexpensive.
All right, Marketeer of the Week. Marketeer of the Week is a question.
Uh-oh.
It's a question I want to pose to all of you. Should we, as agents, be sending out the happy holiday emails, the canned emails I'm talking about?
Just emails? Just emails.
Or just the Instagram post or the Facebook post. The canned happy Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Appreciate everybody that watches and listens to the show. Hope all you guys have a safe, happy, healthy Thanksgiving. And then, before I rip you guys that are doing this.
Because you know it's coming.
Right. Like
you can feel it. You can feel it in the air.
Should we be doing the happy holiday canned where you just have the turkey with the feathers sticking out and then happy holidays in like autumn
I also wonder though, so I feel like the second part to that question is if you are somebody that does it, are you doing it because it's like a plan, like it's like part of your strategy, or are you doing it because you feel like you have to do it because everybody else is doing it?
Yes. In the comments, are you doing it because everyone else is doing it? If you are doing it, are you not doing it at all? Or are you doing it because you
it was
think
100% the strategy? Because they
value,
that they must have done like they probably did like the hour back email to like the fallback.
One. I think I made a post about that on Instagram.
You did that. You're like, I must own the only phone that does it for me.
Right. And listen, nothing kind of aggravates me more. I don't go on Facebook on Thanksgiving or Instagram because literally 80% of the posts in my feed are going to be that same generic happy holidays with somebody's else's logo in the right hand corner. Same thing with email.
Are you okay if they're doing like happy Thanksgiving from my family? Like if I do like a selfie with my family?
That's super authentic. Yeah. That is now very personal.
So you're having a problem just with the turkey.
I'm having a problem with the very generic canned content. I always have a problem with canned content.
Right.
That
like they set up like a drip
everybody
campaign
else has.
or something. Yeah.
It's just you're bringing no value. All you're doing is
filling your inbox.
Is probably increasing your unsubscribes. You're probably increasing your unsubscribe rate if people are like, geez, I just had 13 of these today. Now I'm getting aggravated and you happen to be the person I'm unsubscribing because I'm just going to take my pain out on you because I had to go through and delete so many of these on my holiday.
Yep.
But now if you, Nicole White, to your sphere, send the authentic, like you said, selfie from the cell phone, and you just say, hey, from my family to yours, I hope you're really enjoying this moment, you're going to get replies on that. People are going to say, Nicole, oh my gosh, how cute.
Yeah.
All the kids and you and the husband, like, this is beautiful. You guys are so cute little family. Love you guys. Like, you're going to get all of that, and you're going to have a conversation. You do. Yeah. And you're going to get those kind of reactions, but it's also very authentic. It's not the canned graphic. So obviously my opinion would be, no, you shouldn't be doing that. But in the comments, should you be continuing those
I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 people are doing it because they are feeling pressure to do it. Because if they're the ones that didn't. Like they're the only ones that are not showing up on the feed.
Right. Do people think I don't care about Thanksgiving? I have to do it. It's that, and they just don't even know what they're automatically set up for.
Well, that is like, quite possible too. I'm sure that may be true too.
All right. If you haven't done it yet, go to the link in YouTube. Especially if you watch this consistently on YouTube, don't unsubscribe from the One & Company. We're going to do some really new shows that I think are going to be helpful that you could rip off and duplicate in your local market. Did I say wildly again?
No, I am. Okay, right. This is fun now. And now it's a game.
Get that out of my vocabulary. So stay on the One & Company. We're going to have some shows that you could rip off and duplicate in your local market that are coming out. But we want to keep that very local and relevant to our market here in Connecticut. Go over and subscribe to the Real Word channel, where all of this content is going to be living. In fact, all of our past...
Is our new show going to be on there too?
This show is going to be on here. All 147 old episodes. And our new show, that's going to be the only place that our new show is hosted, which is starting in weeks. So you want to make sure you get subscried now.
I love how vague you're being.
Yeah.
Weeks.
Make sure you get subscribed now so that in the coming weeks, less than 6 to 8 coming weeks, you will be alerted for our new show. Put the notification bell on, get subscribed up there, and by the end of the year, no longer on the One & Company page will the Real Word content be posted. So make sure you go get subscribed to that channel. All right?
You feel good?
I feel great.
That was a lot of words.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you
have a wildly...
have a wild time.
Have a wildly happy Thanksgiving.
Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Guys.
Thank you. Keep it real.